Hello, my name is Louise Jupp for Women and Drones Africa. Welcome to a series of Zoom chats with trailblazing women in the African drone industry. In this series, I'll be asking women what their roles are in the African drone industry, why they got into the industry, how they did it, some of the challenges they faced, as well as some of the opportunities that they see for women and girls as well. And then I will sort of finish up with sort of asking for what advice would they offer anybody who was looking at the industry and thinking, well, what can I do or why should I get into it? Today, I'm delighted to introduce you to Diana Banda from Zimbabwe. Hello, Diana.
Hi, Louise. How are you doing? Pleasure to
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, lovely to see you and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Cool. I always think this is the worst question because it's a bit like doing a job interview, but who are you and what do you do?
Okay, I had to actually give it some thoughts, like, who am I? Okay, so just a brief of who Diana Banda is. So Diana Banda, I'm a drone enthusiast who over the years has been drawn to the drone technology. I've been involved in the very first Zimbabwe drone racing community, where I helped organize the meetups and start the conversations with people who had no idea what drones were. More recently, I've had the privilege to be part of Zimbabwe Flying Labs. I'm the lead communications officer, and of course, I do go out in the field. Our organization's main thrust has been in education and training and awareness campaigns, and really looking forward to 2021, where we really will be focusing on awareness, just to get people to understand drone technology and appreciate it as a tool, as a way to teach also in the classroom. So yeah, that's a little bit about Diana and who I am.
Cool, okay. Excellent, thank you. There's a couple of things that immediately brings to mind. I mean, drone racing. That's there's interesting perceptions about drone racing, but how did you find that?
I think I can only sum it up as two: exhilarating and fast. Very different. It's not your in a box kind of drone. It's really more of building drones and coming up with ways to fly these drones really fast and coming up with like innovative ways to fly a drone. I think that really brought interest to me, and just trying to think, okay, this is new, this has not been done, and no one is doing it. This was about 3 years ago when we really started this whole drone racing stuff. But I guess with, as I said, Zimbabwe Flying Labs, we moved more into the, okay, that's one aspect of drones. What about everything else? How do we apply the recreational stuff? How does it apply to everyday technology, or rather how to use drones in everyday life? So yeah, I think that's a sum up of drone racing for me.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating. I mean, I haven't tried it myself. I've seen it, and the skills are just awesome. But really interestingly, there's someone I know that they use drones for inspections, power lines, and he said, you know, that he actually uses drone racing pilots to fly the drones. And I mean, obviously, he's not flying them fast up and down that power, but the point being is they have the skill. Their hand-eye coordination, their management of the aircraft is good. And I thought that was a really interesting, slightly divergent sort of, you think of drone racing just purely for fun and for game, you know, but this was being used for professional applications as well, those skills.
Definitely. Okay. And I think keyword there is precision and the level of skill also to be able to fly such a drone at high speed and stop in the middle of nowhere and turn left, turn right, that kind of thing.
Yes. So, yeah. And you've done it. You've done the drone racing yourself?
I've done some drone racing. I must admit I crashed a bit. So I'm not exactly an expert in the drone racing. So drone racing part of things, but I do a bit of crashing. The one who holds up some of the hula hoops and some of the events that we do, but definitely encouraging people to like, okay, guys, let's do this. Let's put on the visors and see how it's like in the driver's seat as a drone pilot. So, and a drone racing pilot, exactly. So that's the fun part in doing it. In the
absolutely. Yeah, I've tried those goggle things, and it really is quite different type of flying. But you've got to be sitting down, hey.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. So yeah, you do it sitting down and have a lot of control in your hand movement and your eye coordination. So that's the fun parts in it.
Excellent. Yeah. Oh, how interesting. Well, I mean, in some ways you've already possibly covered the question, the next one, but I mean, that's part of it. But what's attracting you? What has attracted you to the drone industry?
Funny enough, it's something else. My background is health. And I think for me, my aha moment came when I watched a documentary about what they were doing in Rwanda about drone delivery. For me, health is something that touches my heart. And for me, it's like, okay, you're able to apply this in health. That means more people will get more medical relief, give more access to medical relief to more people in remote areas. And for me, that's a big thing. In Zim, it's not as, people do have access to healthcare, but what more will we do in the remote areas if we have drone delivery systems? So for me, that was probably my aha moment. And also just looking at drone as this big puzzle where everyone is interconnected, how someone is connected to, like you can be in teaching and it'll still apply. Drone technology will still apply. You can be doing insurance, drone technology will still apply. In every area, you can think of any use case that you can use drones with. So I think that's definitely what has attracted me to the industry and my desire to learn more, to share my knowledge with other people. So definitely that has really helped me and attracted me to the industry.
Yes, yeah, okay. No, that's interesting. I mean, the applications are just so many, you know, and I think we need to come back to that subject just a bit later. But you sort of said what's attracted you to it. You've now been in the industry for a couple of years. I mean, you know, what keeps you in the industry?
The future. Okay, for us in Zimbabwe, we're in such a unique position where we are at the starting line of the industry. So, like for me, I can be the make or break of the next drone pilot, to educate them, to show them like, hey, it's actually a career path. You can actually do this and make good money and really make a real difference in society. So I think it's the future, it's the jobs of the future. And that really pulls on my heart, that kids also need to know that there's more to just academics. You can be anything, and there's drones to do too. So
yeah,
that's
absolutely. Yeah, no, I like that's great. Yeah, everybody has got a different reason about what's keeping them in the industry, but it's this potential, it's this change that is really attracting people in this industry and keeping them there. Yeah, cool. I mean, is there anybody that particularly inspired you to get into this industry at the beginning, or to stay in the industry now, that you've seen someone that you think, oh no, that's someone that's, you know, got my attention?
Okay. Well, I think if anything, my director, Diana Banda, he's really lack of a better word, trailblazing the industry in Zimbabwe in particular, like bringing the conversations to the front line where, you know, he writes articles in the newspapers, and just having the conversations. We're at this stage in Zimbabwe where we just need to have the conversations with the next person, just to say, guys, drones are not just toys. Drones can actually be used for greater purposes, and you can make real decisions with this technology. So yeah, I think he's definitely someone who's inspired me in the industry. Of course, there are plenty more, especially women who are doing amazing things in the industry, but Tawanda's definitely been an inspiration, especially in Zim.
Yeah, I know Tawanda. Yeah, I've got huge respect. Yeah, excellent. Okay. You make a point there. I mean, as you say, it's not just, I mean, I want to come back to something that you said just now. It's not just the drone, is it? It's not just being the pilot. It's not just looking at this flying contraption. There is so much more, and that's part of the education as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Definitely. I think I'm sure we've had these conversations. The thing with Zim, right? When people think of drones, a lot of people think of drones. It's about that thing that goes. It's part of the package when it comes to weddings, which is weird.
Yes.
So it's more about educating the decision makers. That's who we need to get to, and show the value of what's produced with the reporting mechanisms that are there, like, you know, in agriculture, in mines, in humanitarian missions. You know, just recently, I was just thinking, there were some miners that were trapped, and I was just thinking, wow, if we need to get into those spaces where we can say, hey guys, where they come to say, hey guys, there's an issue here, come with your drones, let's help each other, at least help these miners navigate, or at least assess the situation, so we can have eyes on the ground, literally eyes on the ground, to see what's going on, to make real decisions of the situation. So yeah, our flying contraption, there's more to that than just flying a drone.
Yeah, no, I absolutely, I couldn't agree more. At this sort of stage, what sort of roles are you seeing women playing now in this industry, particularly in Zimbabwe or across the continent?
Hey, in Zimbabwe, nothing yet. I think, yeah, nothing. I guess this is also part of me stepping out and saying, hey, I actually need to step out and being in the front line and be a leader, a voice in the industry, to say, women, come on, we have to demand a seat at the table where we can make decisions about the industry, creating platforms about the industry, how we all interlink to each other. But just generally, I guess, women, where I've seen, where I've been following platforms like Sharon Roserock, just done a bit of research, more research about what they're doing, creating platforms. That's big. Having conversations, being part of flying labs. You know, I have the privilege to interact with people like Sonia and Uyanga. They're really trailblazing with We Robotics, with flying labs. So that's really where I see us women playing. And of course, the different women who've got organizations, who have organizations who directly do stuff with drones in the world. But here in Africa, I haven't seen much. And I guess this is definitely a step forward to do so, to be the voice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you've got an important role ahead of you there. Yeah, and I like, you were saying earlier that from the Zimbabwe flying labs, you're looking at education programs and raising awareness. And I think it'll be interesting to chat to you in a couple of months' time and later on next year, in fact, and say, what's it like? How's it going? And what sort of feedback are you getting? I look forward to doing something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a space that we're looking forward to really expose, I guess, and to let people know what's going on. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Cool, okay. I mean, I'm sort of leading on from that, and you have already sort of said some of this, but what are the opportunities that you see for women, girls and women, and certainly in the future? How do you see this changing?
I think besides flying drones, we must be flying drones. We need to take up leadership roles and act as major industry influencers. I think that's really key to building the industry in Zimbabwe, in the world, in Africa, and just being industry influencers. Have the conversations with the decision makers. So, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a critical role.
Definitely. And I also just locally, I'm just thinking, there's a lot of mines that are coming up in our country in particular. And now, they've always outsourced drone operations. So now they're like, okay, I think we now need a drone operator who operates locally and who operates full time. So opportunities, especially in Zimbabwe, are there within the mining industry. I think they've realized the value of like drone pilots. So definitely, I think for Zim, mining opportunities there to work within the mining industry, agriculture as well. We need to think of more better ways to do agriculture, which is cost effective. So that's what that's what I see as the opportunities.
Cool. No, absolutely. And I mean, I was chatting to someone else on one of these Zoom chats, and they were sort of saying, this is a new industry. You have a chance to make a name for yourself, a chance to push the boundaries, a chance to make a difference. And that's what you're saying there as well, is, this is new, it's exciting, get involved.
So true. So true.
Yeah, no other way of saying it, really. In your sort of your drone career, were there any particular challenges that you have faced?
I think, as I said before, Zimbabwe is in such a unique position where we are at the growth of the industry. I guess really our challenge, it's a continuous challenge, is the speed at which the industry is growing and the acceptance of the technology. And also the drone pilots themselves understanding their value, if you understand what I mean. Even pricing, in terms of pricing services and things like that, and understanding what else it can do. It's not, again, going back to, it's not just a device where you fly up and down, take pictures, there's more to it than that. So I think in terms of challenge, it's really at the speed and acceptance of the technology within, I guess, all industries, and appreciating the technology. So that's really where we've seen a challenge. And also the time it's taken for us to really, we've got a drone law, but we don't have the things in place for monitoring, for the people to fly in I guess a controlled manner, to say the least. So yeah, in terms of challenges, those are pretty much our tick box challenges for Zim. But
yeah.
coming.
Yeah, I mean that point about we've many countries have regulations, but the enforcement is a different different story. In that until such time as the technology, which is evolving now, to have unmanned traffic management, it's difficult to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and to protect those people that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Exactly. And it does present a challenge, hey.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that coming right. Sorry, traffic management. I really want that to come through, because I think that will just make life a lot easier for all of us.
Definitely. But I think in the meantime, if the drone pilots themselves, I guess, police themselves will also be helpful, and also having people sharing ideas and sharing, like, okay, you guys, we can't do this, we can do this, sharing ideas, sharing experiences, that will help. And I guess these communities help in doing that, and forming, like, almost like everyone is on the same page. It's like, the aha moments are frequent.
Yeah. No, definitely. I couldn't agree with you more. It's interesting, in some ways, authorities have set the regulations, but it's coming down to the professionals to actually be the ones raising awareness about them to the communities around them. And you're right. We are becoming ambassadors. We're becoming the informal regulators ourselves. Trying to make sure that everybody flies safely.
Very true.
Yeah. It's an interesting industry, I must say, but it certainly has its challenges.
Definitely. No, but it's exciting.
Oh, definitely. I love it. And it's always the passion that and the drive and the mission that someone has to do something with this that's just so exciting to hear and follow. What do you have you got a perception? You kind of indicated it just now when we were sort of talking about women in the industry itself, but what's your feeling about the drone scene in Africa in general? Have you got a view on that?
Okay, so I really think, rightfully, as you said, it's an exciting time for the continent. We are moving slowly in the industry, but it's an opportunity for us to make real, like, local solutions for things that are unique to the African technological ecosystem. I think there's more that needs to be done, and creating networks and communities will definitely boost that, so that it's not just like, there's drones and women fly. No, it'll actually be women who demand attention, who demand decisions are made because they have spoken up about the technology. So we need to pump it up, to say the least, as women and as a continent. But we are in a unique position to make homegrown solutions that are unique to Africa. So exciting times.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, to see more manufacturing, homegrown manufacturing, software development, just the nature of applications, and I agree, absolutely. But it's definitely an exciting time. It's happening. There are things taking place already that are acting as a catalyst. So it is cool, actually. Yeah.
I think, sorry, to add to that, just something that just dropped, and I just thought about drone racing is also definitely an avenue for us to build our own drones. The universities have projects that they are putting up, and they're like, okay, guys, you need to build a drone. And I think through what you call it, flying labs, we can assist in those types of things. Lots of educated people, but application. We need to get people to actually do the things. So yeah, we can do this as the African continent, as women. We can do more.
Yeah, excellent. Do you know, that's a good idea about the drone racing. I hadn't thought of that. You know, sometimes I may be guilty myself of sort of thinking, oh, drone racing is just something else. You know, it's just for fun. That's the toy part. But and I, you know, that's the wrong perception, really. But you know, I'm perhaps as guilty as some others thinking like that. But again, like that chap who told me he was using them for the pilots, you've just made a very good point there about, you know, they're providing an avenue to think, well, let's build our own, you know, and how do we, you know, and who are, I mean, they're part of drone racing is crashing. So how better to make a more survivable drone, you know?
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, it's a fantastic, yeah, what a brilliant thought. Yeah, I hadn't, that's a really good one. Yeah, I like that. But I'd love to have a go at drone racing, but I must admit I haven't taken it as seriously as perhaps I should do. And I'm yeah, thank you for that.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, I know it does look exciting, I must say, and I'm amazed with some of these. I think there was some competition in the Middle East last year, and some chap won, was it $1 million or 3/4 of it? I mean, just staggering.
Exactly. And it's the EA sports of the future. And what more now with what's happened with COVID and things like that, you know, that's where the world is going to. So you might as well be part of that as well.
Definitely. No, I must go and find out the local drone racing here and go and see what they do. Because I think, I must admit, I'd love to try and build my own drone one day, just for the sheer, see if I could do it. And perhaps that's where to start. Yeah. Okay. Out of curiosity, you know, what sort of advice would you offer somebody if they came to you and said, yeah, what's this drone industry? And is it really something I should get into? What would you say to them?
I'll tell them to get in and get in now. There's room for everyone. Whatever background you're coming from, you know, you can apply it. Whatever background you're coming from, you will find something in the drone industry that will suit your passion, the direction of your passion, and, you know, throw in the drone technology there. And also learn how to code. Coding is the future also. You gotta learn, you just need to know how to code. So yeah, advice, get in now, learn how to code.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point as well. I mean, you know, it's how are we going to manage all this data we're going to collect using drones, you know, and how do we make this easily accessible, and what information are we trying to pull out of it that somebody can use? I mean, you know, the coding and the software development and the software data management are far more important perhaps than the drone sometimes, you know. That's, yeah. No, good. Thank you. Great advice. Get in, start getting on with it, and learn. Good. Yeah.
Exciting times ahead of us. So yeah.
Oh, definitely. I don't really want to finish, but is there anything else that you want to say? Something about your experiences? Anything else? Any other pieces of advice? Anything that you'd like to say before I wrap up?
I think I would just hammer down on the coding aspect. That part, coding, and what you said also about data management of all the information that we gather. First part about coding, it's actually pretty exciting to know how to code. Especially we're now using like the little Tello drones. So that's fun. And even for someone who's new to the industry, it's a great place to start. They're not expensive, and, you know, you can actually learn a lot and appreciate the whole drone speeds and how to use it. And with coding, you know, you become more, what's the word, diverse in your ability, on your knowledge of drone technology.
Okay.
And also, as you rightfully said, about data management of the information. My key thing is, let the information that I collect for you help you make a decision that can really alter, like, let it enlighten you and make a good decision based on the information that I've given you from the information that I've collected for you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, for me, that's big. There's no point. Yes, we can fly the drones, yes, but there's more to it than, you know, flying the drones. We need to get the information to help you make a decision, a better decision. And
definitely. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Again, but just to sort of clarify, when you say coding, what are you doing? Are you telling the drone to fly left, right, forward, back? You fly. Okay, all right. Yeah. So you're actually in control of it.
Yeah, definitely, you're in control. I guess it won't be so intimidating, like, especially when people are starting off. So yes, I'm so excited about 2021, what we'll be doing in the communities, and it'll make it not as intimidating, especially for girls. It won't be as intimidating, like, oh, this thing is just flying all over the place. So it won't be as intimidating for the girls, if you, not for the girls, but for people.
Yes.
To just write, okay, I wanted to go 40 centimeters up and go left and right. So it'll do exactly that, not when you press a button and it flies off. So yeah, I think it's definitely a soft landing to drone technology.
Excellent. Oh, I love that.
I think
brilliant.
So yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Oh no, that's good. I like that. I mean, yeah, thank you so much for today. You've said some, you've offered some really important advice. You've said some really important things as well. If someone wanted to get hold of you, how would they do that? Would it be through Zimbabwe Flying Labs?
Yes, definitely get hold of me, hold of us through Zimbabwe Flying Labs. There's some great things that we have lined up, and it'll be great to link up with people and talk to people and just share experiences. So yeah, looking forward to getting in touch with people and linking up with people.
Great. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time and for all your valuable information. I'll just say cheers to the audience. Thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed meeting Diana. Please look out for some more Zoom chats with trailblazing women in the African drone industry. In the meantime, keep safe and keep well. Goodbye.